Hey guys, I woke up late. Whatever, let's go. Pulling up TradingView here. I'm glad because we've been accumulating essentially all morning, which is nice because I was asleep, right? That's always nice. So, getting my phone set up, gonna get Top Step set up, gonna first, yes sir, let's lock in. Very glad that we were accumulating and now we're moving lower. But yeah, I'm still getting locked in here. Maybe we'll get a 10 a.m. 4-hour power of 3 type of trade again. That would be kind of cool. But I'm very, very glad we've been accumulating because it means we could get opportunity. We really could. And as always, the market's gonna present the opportunity itself. It's just gonna the market's gonna give it to us. We don't need to really look around for it. It's just gonna show up. It's like you said, Kirk. We kind of just have to be like a cat, just waiting for the opportunity, and then taking advantage of that opportunity. And that's really how it is, honestly. So yeah, guys, I'm still getting set up. I gotta get Top Step pulled up. Like, keep in mind, I really did wake up not too long ago, and the reason is because my phone turned off. I don't know why, but my phone, I had the alarms on. I actually woke up early to go to the gym, and then I was so tired, I was like, okay, I'm not going to go to the gym. And then my phone turned off somehow, and I don't know how, but it turned off, and then by the time I was supposed to get up, all of a sudden, I woke up, and, woke up 45 minutes into the live trading window. So, yeah, not ideal, but you know what? We're still here. We're going to keep going, and we are going to pull up Top Step. 4-hour S&T ES took London and Q. Oh, yeah, and it's an interesting thought. Honestly, guys, I like just having a S&P and then checking YM as needed. Like, for instance, like if I want to look at YM, I switch it like that. It makes it a little cleaner. But yeah, let's open up Top Step. I don't have time to post news for the day and do pre-market analysis. We just got to get into the charts here. Yeah, I'm loving this accumulation. Obviously, higher time frames been bullish, so something to consider. Now, you always want to consider, like, is there high resistant liquidity, right? Because, like yesterday, I don't ever want to be offside, but yeah, that's something I'll figure out in just a second. What I mean by that is, like, you know how we were thinking we were going to go lower, but this actually was high resistant? Something to consider, right? If the market's high resistant, it might actually go the opposite way. But it's just not. But I'm still kind of waking up, so. Alright. Top Step is pulled up here. Now, I gotta get my personal account pulled up. Turn off low power mode on my phone. Okay, setting that up. And why is this light not on? There we go. So, let's see. Okay, so daily loss limit is set on my phone. Let's make sure daily loss limit is set on Top Step, and then we should be good. Okay, we should be good. Okay, so let's take a look at what we got going on. So, we have everything ready now. So obviously higher time frame has been expanding, meaning the market may just want to continue here. Now it's also possible we might need to retrace back into this breaker, right? Because this breaker's got pretty good signature. I could definitely see us using it. So maybe we end up using this 4-hour breaker. We have a hidden order block there. But higher time frame is pretty bullish. Let's see if there's an RTH gap. Wait, am I just blind? Was there not an RTH gap? There's just no RTH gap at all. That's weird. Anyway, let's look at true opens, right? We're below. Here's 730. No RTH. So we're below 730. Where's midnight? We're below midnight. Higher time frame's been so bullish. I think the most logical thing is to think this is going to be a Judas swing, but you never know, right? You always have to keep your open mind. When we look at this breaker, we will have a Reaper gap right here, so something to consider. We still have SMT. So looks like we're gonna get SMT with London low, and we're gonna get SMT with yeah. So we have a 6-hour SMT, and we have so 6-hour SMT right here.
This almost feels too easy. Something suspicious. I feel something suspicious about this. Like, I don't know. There's gotta be something suspicious about this. Yeah, I don't know, man. We might need to go lower. Look at this, by the way. This is a reason to think we could go lower because we actually manipulate 7:30 and midnight right here. You see this little wick that went above. So that was manipulation. So that's reason to think like, okay, maybe we're gonna distribute, maybe continue lower, but we'll just have to see. I don't know. I think right now the main thing is let's just watch the market. As always, we don't need to predict anything. We just gotta watch. So do we got any gaps here? Two-hour gap. I know I don't usually use the 2 hour, but maybe 2 hour suspension block. Yeah, so guys, this is the new PD array. I don't mind it because the way that we've been delivering higher has been a lot of displacement. So suspension block could hold. What aligns with the 2 hour, guys? One hour aligns with the 5 minute. 4 hour aligns with the 15 minute. So probably like the 15 or the 5 minute or the 10 minute. That's fine. Yeah, so we have a suspension block here. It's a new PD array. Market's respecting it nicely. we're below 7:30. We're below midnight. Let's get rid of this. But yeah, if there's no obvious trade, I'm gonna really do my best to do nothing. Wow. I don't mind this inversion. So this, yeah, I don't mind this at all. But I don't know. I don't want to rush into it. Maybe if we get a Jan entry. If we get a Jan entry, then I'll take it. Actually, I want to make sure there's SMT. Oh man, I guess I don't want to force anything, huh? I really don't want to force it. I was right about the BTC. Nice. Wow, yeah, guys, I think this could work. I wanna. I don't know. Where's the first percent for value gap? Okay, if the first percent for value gap got inversed, so maybe something like that, then maybe I'll take it. Discipline, guys. I didn't take it. I just wasn't sure, man. I wasn't sure, and if I'm not sure, no need to do anything, right? Look at that first one. I think this could be Jan entry, though. We just got S&T. So, yeah, first strike, we could look for a first strike where we go bang, bang, bang. You know what I'm saying? This type of dealio. First strike. Where's 922? So 922 was our true open for the 90-minute cycle. That's crazy. Look at the first presenter for ValueGap doing a crazy job, dude. Wow. Okay, if there's nothing obvious, I'm not doing anything. Alright? Let's make sure that this would be right. So if I was to do 4 cons, so 0.8. So if I was to do 0.8, let me make sure that the conversions are correct in my head, because I always want to calculate my risk correctly. 0.8 would be 1 micro on my personal, 16 on Top Step. Okay, but that's not what I'm doing right now, so. Alright, so yeah. Patience. Let's look at NDogs. And NWOGs. And let's look at YM as well. Pushing against the event horizon there. Alright, so we might need to come down, tap into this Reaper gap here. Just once again, if there's nothing obvious, I'm gonna chill. Just for reference, guys, this inversion, it looks like good AMD, but it's not. There's no higher time frame model framed yet, and it's just not the type of trade that I was willing to risk on, right? Maybe someone else liked that trade. For me, I don't like those kinds of trades. I want to see more of a model be framed and then an entry. That's just how I am as a trader. So that's why I didn't take that. YM looks like pretty clear AMD. YM, we actually had a 90-minute SMT. And when you look at it like that, or maybe, yeah, YM, we had a really nice 90-minute SMT here at the highs. That's beautiful. Look at that. 90-minute SMT above our true opens. That's why quarterly theory is honestly king. And then 922 as well. Alright, we just popped below that low into the suspension block. Man, we need a lower time frame PD ray. Let's use this 15-minute for ValueGap here. Let's get rid of this. We already know there's a suspension block there, but for the sake of even framing a model, I want to use a lower time frame. So got a nice reaction there. Now, yeah, still we don't have an S&T at the lows. I don't like that. Let's pull back up 9. Where's 922? You see how the true opens were super helpful to identify that manipulation? Oh my gosh. I can't believe people... True opens are the most underrated concept. Look. They helped identify this manipulation exactly right here. Patience, guys. Patience. So yeah, accumulation, manipulation. Okay, so it's 10 a.m. now. How did this 4-hour candle close? Let's look. So this 4-hour, ooh, that's interesting. The 4-hour candle inversed this 4-hour gap. But you can also see that there is a little bottom wick on it. So we did come down, hold that gap. How's the 1-hour candle look? 1-hour candle, similar story. 1-hour candle displacement lower, but a little bottom wick on that. So it's kind of, the higher time frame candles kind of send a little mixed messages, like displacement lower, but also a little bottom wick. Hey Simon, how's it going? Right now we're just watching price action, waiting for something obvious. Right now, for me, there's nothing obvious. This inversion, it was tempting. You can kind of feel the market momentum go higher, but you got to remember, like, for me, there wasn't a higher time frame model framed yet, so I had no strong desire of taking it. And there was no S&T either. So there's just a few reasons why this inversion wasn't good enough, and so I didn't take it. Right? I think true opens might be one of the most underrated concepts because look at this, right? Look at the way when the manipulation perfectly occurs above all of our key times with a time-based S&T. That is powerful right there. That's powerful. So then you use the manipulation to frame a model, and then you get on side with that model, right? Powerful stuff. I don't know. I think people are sleeping on quarterly theory big time. Big time. So, still nothing obvious for me. Let's see what other ways can we frame something here. As well, like I was saying, we are within this 4-hour breaker, but if I want to see this 4-hour breaker hold, I'd kind of need to see. What do you think about Zusi? He's a little he's extreme in some aspects, but I actually think 369 is actually real. But I don't know. A lot of people don't like him. I think he's fine. But the 369 stuff, I think actually is a confluence. I think it's helpful. So yeah, honestly, guys, we're just waiting for something obvious. I could definitely see us reversing, especially with the higher time frame being as bullish as it's been. But this is something that it's going to reveal itself to us. We don't need to force it. If the market ends up wanting to reverse, it will do it on its own, and we just get on when it's ready to go. We don't need to try to do anything. We have a bullish SMT with YM, and maybe SMT with this low. Oh, now that's an interesting SMT. What would your forever model? My forever model? Like if I had my own forever model, it's the same. All models stem from the same thing. It's just AMD, right? Every single model that exists that's profitable stems from AMD, and so this is my forever model. Just identifying AMD, finding an entry to get on side, whether that be a change in state of delivery, an inversion for value gap, a 2022 model, rejection block trade. Could be anything. Okay, so we're starting to see signs of bottom of a model forming. 10 a.m. Here, let's actually go back and let's frame this out again. So 10 a.m. No SMT at the bottom. What is wrong with this? Oh, we got SMT here. 956 and 1001 form an SMT at the bottom there. I love that. I love that SMT. I honestly think this 1 minute change in state will be pretty good. So I'd probably go something like this. So 8. Like something like this, and then maybe just 1 minute change in state out of this. Could be clean. Where's the true open for the 22-minute cycle? 951. We could also just wait for this gap to get inversed here. Either one. Also feels kind of like a 2022 gap right here. So this kind of feels like an order block right here. This feels like a propulsion block. So if we did come back down into this propulsion block, this could end up being very strong. Not during the macro right now, though. Okay, I might just go to the bathroom because I don't want to do it. I don't want to take something if it's not there. Let's go to the bathroom. I don't want to take something if it's not there. If it is here, I'll come running back. But as of right now, I'm just trying to be thoughtful. I like 9:51 as the 22-minute true open here. And so you guys might be wondering what the crap I'm talking about. So basically, the open of every Q2 is a key time. So 7:30's Q2 of a 6-hour range. 9:22 is the Q2 of the 90-minute range, starting at 9, going to 10:30. And then if you take, so then there's 9:28, which would be a 22-minute true open. That one's not helpful to us. The next one will be, the next 22 cycle will be at 9:45 to 10:07, right? Yeah. And so the true open of that is 9:51. So oh my gosh. Honestly, guys, there might not be anything here. There might not be. Once again, we are just waiting. If there's nothing obvious, I'm not going to do anything. I'm just waiting. Yeah, man, exactly, Snowman, exactly. So we just gotta have self control and realize there might not be something right now, and yeah, just gotta have self control here. If we take a look at the 4 hour power of 3, right? What do you guys think this 4 hour candle is going to do? I'm going to get rid of all of the drawings I have on the chart right now. What do you guys think this 4 hour candle is most likely to do? Right now, we do have this gap kind of thing. The market moved down into the gap, but we did inverse this. You won? We literally been consolidating. How the heck, Shaney? What the? Bro, you are a wizard. You're a wizard. We've literally been in consolidation, bro. So what do you guys think this 4 hour candle is most likely to do? On one hand, it's kind of sending me mixed signals. We inverse the gap. We inverse this 4 hour fair value gap. The other hand, market wicked into this IOFEDing this giant gap right here. So You got short at 950. It's impressive, dude. It's impressive. Well, I'm just waiting for something obvious. Right now, I'm kind of feeling mixed messages from the market here. 4 hour, inverse this 4 hour gap, right? We inversed it, but it's also wicking into an IOFEDing this gap. If you guys don't remember what IOFED is or don't know, IOFED is basically you tap into the very top of a big gap like this. When you tap into the very top of it, that's called an institutional order flow entry drill. And yeah, it's just a confluence. I was bullish, but ES took out London and Asia high. Yeah, we had a nice AMD to the downside. I will say that. I guess I'm gonna go get some water and just keep being patient. Looked like we had a little bit of a sweep there. Sweeper. A little bit of a sweeper. Man, I don't want to take a trade if it's not obvious. Dark Phoenix. This could be Dark Phoenix, right? You know why? Because if we form SMT with this rejection block, that's why. And it would be in context with AMD. That's why. And it would be 22 minute. So 9:45 to 10:07, and then 10:07 to 10:30. So this would be 22 minute SMT. You're shorting to all-time high. So you're shorting right now? Oh, you're shorting to all-time low? Bro. You will make millions if you short to all-time low. Yeah, man. I don't want to force anything. It's not giving clear signals. Then again, what was my bias coming into today? Dude, I woke up late. I didn't get enough time to get a bias, but as far as what I saw, if I could have framed a bias, I would have liked to have framed a short bias because we had a 90-minute SMT taking out these true opens, and you can see that that was obviously the manipulation. Yeah, this looks like an inducement or something. Oh, we have SMT with this. SMT with that low. Whoops. So 1002. I guess there's SMT with this low as well, which makes this 22-minute. I don't like it. I don't like any of this. It's all consolidation. It's all consolidation. I don't like it. I don't like it. I'm gonna go on a walk. Just gotta control myself, because once again, if there's nothing obvious, I'm forcing it. Watch this rejection block though. If this did hold, it'd be interesting. Nah, it didn't. Yeah, I'm just gonna go on a walk. You're rich? That's crazy. Okay, after further thought, we're in a deep premium on the higher time frame. On further thought, I think, this whole narrative that we have to be long buys, it might actually be imaginary because we're getting S&T now, and I mean, what if Shaney's right? What if this is higher time frame correction? It's an interesting thought because the 4 hour did inverse. Right, little tiny inversion on the top here. I'm always trying to keep an open mind. I just went on a walk. I mean, we have S&T with this high and formed high of the week. This is previous day's high S&T as well. But high time from so bullish, you gotta be careful. You know what I mean? You always gotta be careful with it. But the other thing I like, Shane's like, I could be wrong too. Well, the other thing I liked is that we took those true opens that I talked about with 90-minute S&T so precisely. Like, this was super nice. We took it very precisely. So if we have a 90-minute S&T, right? If we have a, honestly, guys, you know what the purpose of YM? You guys know the purpose of YM? Why is it so erratically? Why does it move so erratically, like the way that it does, diverging so crazily? If you think about it, it is just there to form the SSMT when S&P doesn't. Like, for instance, I guess actually we had SMT with the London low on S&P as well. Never mind. Dude, I think you're right, bro. We have a London SMT and a 90-minute SMT, and we took all the true opens. Dodgy's long. Okay, time to short. Bro, we have 6 hour S&T, 90-minute S&T. We took every single true open. And we might even have previous day S&T as well. I'm actually, now that I'm looking at this, guys, I'm actually really liking short. I really do like short. We have 3 sequential S&Ts. So a royal flush of sequential S&Ts right now. I do not mind, actually, this possible short. Previous day's high S&T. Market does not seem like it wants to. Yeah, exactly. YM is honestly the reason. That's crazy. YM is honestly the reason for why there's SSMT a lot of the time. Holy. So yeah, if we take a look at this 4 hour power of 3, we might have formed the high wick and then we might distribute lower. I actually kind of like this idea. This was pretty clearly, this was manipulation to me. And I honestly think this could be a higher time frame retracement. From a 4 hour perspective, from a 4 hour power of 3 perspective, we formed 10 o'clock closure. Oh, let's use StatMap today. So StatMap has the 1 hour statistical manipulation level right here. So honestly, guys, I think if we came up to this area, I think this would be statistical manipulation. I think this would be interesting. Because everyone's going to be going long. But we see the higher time frame bias might actually be flipped right now. At least that's kind of what I'm thinking. Any end dogs there? Oh man. NWOGs. Session stat map. Let's look at this. I don't know, man. I don't want to force anything. He's on paper? Bro, that's funny. Yeah, man, I don't know. Nothing's obvious right now. Nothing's obvious. I honestly don't feel bullish because of these sequential SMTs. I don't feel bullish. Nothing's obvious. Oh. Dodgy lost. Rip. Nothing is obvious. Dude, why is Dodgy slacking on the ramen noodles? Why is he slacking? Yeah, I'm loving the Royal ramen. Bro. I'm loving this Royal Flush sequential SMT though. So you can see I was right. I was right. We would continue lower off the Royal Flush. I was right about that. I was right, guys. I was right. Royal Flush with the True Open. We got the Royal Flush. Bang, bang, bang. Royal Flush sequential SMTs. Delivery lower. So yeah, that's why we didn't get a retracement, because we got the SSMT Royal Flush. We in the new 90 minute, we will see. True. If SMT forms, I'm closing. Yeah, smart. Well, I guess maybe I'm not taking a trade today. I just didn't see the opportunity. I think today was a very tricky day. You had to really capture this Royal Flush right as it was happening. And if you didn't, then it would be kind of hard. $100-point drop coming? Maybe. I mean, we got a 4-hour inversion for value gap. See that? From a higher time frame point of view, this actually could be a sweep and then distribution. Once again, like, I'm just getting hungry at this point. Like, I want to get something to eat. Maybe I'll come back and keep trading. But from a higher time frame point of view, I'm actually curious. Did we hit statistical weekly manipulation? While I still have stat map, I gotta use it, man. While I still have it. Did we hit statistical weekly manipulation? Wow, we are deep in statistical weekly statistical premium. What about monthly? Kirk, the fly is dead, bro. The fly's been dead for a minute. The fly's been dead. Yeah, man. Weekly statistical manipulation level tap, bro. Not weekly, monthly. So from a higher time frame point of view, if this did want to be a retracement, we're at statistically the monthly manipulation. You know what I'm saying? It's a possibility, guys. It really is a possibility. We do have previous, and we're at, from a time perspective as well, this is typically when the monthly will manipulate, is right here. Once again, we got the royal flush of sequential SMTs. So it's making sense why we are retracing. I'm not even gonna lie, guys. It's totally making sense. Dodge is probably out here like crying about it. Like, wow, my inversion didn't work. Wow, what? No, stop blaming the market. The market's always right. Learn from it. Learn from these markets, dude. So this actually really could be AMD. The fly never dies. Check your kitchen, bro. There's no way it can't flies cannot reincarnate, bro. They don't do that, bro. Javier, you're right about this drop. Javier, you called it. You called it, man. So we got royal flush of sequential SMTs, previous day's high SMT, London SMT, 90-minute bearish SMT. This is why. Good morning. Good morning, Javier. This is why, and then along with the fact we're above every single true open, this is why I switched my bias to bearish 20 minutes ago, or 10 minutes ago. We got previous day's high SMT. We got London SMT. That's crazy. That's crazy. Good job, Shaney. Oh my. So 6-hour SMT and then a 90-minute SMT, and we were above every single true open, right? So I call this the royal flush. When we get SMT and we're above, we get triple sequential SMTs, and I mean ideally also above the true opens. And you guys are wondering, what do you mean above the true opens? Well, true month open right here. True month open, not true month open, true week open is 18 o'clock. Actually, we're above the true month open from last month, aren't we? Interesting thought, but that's besides the point. We're above 18 o'clock, which was the true week open. 18 o'clock from Monday. We're above midnight from today, where we manipulated above midnight from today. Right? You see that? So, manipulation of true week open, manipulation of true day open. Then if I go down lower time frame, right? We have 7:30, which is the true session open. We manipulated that as well. So we got everything lined up bearish for from a quarterly theory perspective. So above true week open, above true day open, above true session open. And then we go down again, another one, another cycle. We check 922, 922 true open. We manipulate that as well. You see how perfect these markets are? You see how perfect these markets are? Looking at 1 hour, it can be Phoenix that started last night. True. You see how perfect these markets are? The manipulation happened once time and price aligned, once we took every single true open. And people try and blame the market for their losses. Like, guys, stop blaming the market. The market is always right, dude. The market is never wrong. It's never wrong. Ever. And then we're at the monthly statistical manipulation level. The market's never wrong. It's always right. Always right. Every single time. Stop complaining. The market is not wrong. You're wrong. You're rich? That's crazy, bro. Yeah, right at the monthly stat map level as well. So, I believe you, bro. We're above every single true open. We're probably above the true month open, too. I'm at 922. I'm at 922. And you know what else, actually? Wait a second. This is crazy, guys. We're above 922. Dropping down. Dropping down. Lower time frame. So here's 922. Look for 928. Holy, dude. Holy. It makes so much sense. 928. 928, that's our true 22-minute open. Quarterly theory is just perfect. It's not even like kind of perfect. It's 100% perfect, dude. Quarterly theory is perfect. 928. And then we can go even lower on the 15 second. Find 930, like 1 or 930. And you see this? You see this little speck here? That little speck. So 930. You see this little speck? That little speck. So here's the true 6-minute open. You see that little speck? That little speck. That speck at the exact top right there. This. That is the true manipulation. And then, what happened? Boom! Two all-time lows, baby. 2 all-time lows. This is probably the top, bro. This is probably the top forever. Forever and ever and ever and ever. We're probably never coming back up here. Ever. This is the end. The bull market is over. I don't know. I'm just saying stuff. Nah, but you guys have to admit, that's pretty cool. Like, that was, like, crazy precise. And I've seen this happen quite a few times now. But let's get rid of this, because when we get too in-depth, it kind of hurts our brains a little bit. But still, the fact of the matter is, the manipulation occurred above all these. Game over, dude. Game over. You see that? Manipulation was right there. Yeah, just full port short to all time. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I might just go get something to eat, bro. This is, like, what am I supposed to do? I don't know. I don't know, but this was obviously, it's just cool to observe the market. There might not be opportunity, but it's cool. It's cool to observe the market and see its perfection. It honestly is. It really is. Like, I might not know exactly, like, the entry, but like sometimes I'm gonna catch the entry, but sometimes I'm not, and so when I don't catch the entry, it's just cool to see the market in its perfection, honestly. Cause wow, and I bet you we had a 22-minute SMT as well. Did you short? Nah, like I said, I didn't have an entry. I only framed the short bias by the time we had came all the way down here. Because I got on the charts late. I got on the charts a little late, and so I didn't really have a bias, and I was just kind of just waiting. And finally, I realized we had a royal flush on the sequential SMTs, but I was like, okay, well, I kind of missed the entry, and then we just kept going lower. So yeah, I didn't take a trade because there's not really an obvious trade, at least here for me. Besides maybe first strike, we had the first percent for value gap, and then maybe we had a 15-second change in state off of it. But at the time, I wasn't bearish. So that not much I can do about that. Not 2022. First percent for value gap. 15-second. Yeah, at the time I wasn't bearish, and we don't even tap it. We don't get a change in state off of it, so there's not even an entry off of it. Alright, well, I might just go get something to eat. And like I said, guys, there's nothing wrong with just hanging out and just watching the market and having fun and watching and not taking a loss. I really enjoy not taking losses, actually. The fact that I didn't take a trade is everything, man. I'm very glad I didn't take a loss because I hate losing, dude. I hate losing, and people might be like, "What? You shouldn't hate losing. It's part of the game." Well, it is part of the game. You should accept losses, but you shouldn't like losses. It's different. I hate losses. And that's how it should be, because you got to learn from them. I'm going to go get something to eat. Then again, I don't know. But this is pretty cool. The royal flush is pretty cool. So we'll probably draw down to these low resistance lows. Yeah. I don't know. Once again, I don't want to force a lower time frame trade. Yeah, I think I might just go get something to eat. I'll keep watching price, but yeah. Once again, another royal flush time-based SMT sequential SMT type of day. Very cool. Okay, I'm gonna get something to eat. Let's go, Snowman. Well done. $11K. Dang, bro. Dang. Alright. I'm gonna go get something to eat. By the way, my live trading window is about to be done, so with that in mind, I don't know. Yeah, it's easy to think to go buys if you don't understand quarterly theory, honestly. That is something I'll say. Well done, Snowman. Well done. But yeah, I might be gone for a while. So, yeah, I'm probably gonna be gone for a while. I don't know. There's just not any opportunity now. It's kind of it's kind of like I don't even think there was opportunity today, and that's fine. I mean, there was probably there's always opportunity, but I just didn't see anything. So. Alright, let's very briefly look around and see if there's any opportunity at all, but not gonna lie, guys, I'm not seeing much. I think, like, if we pull up True Week Open, let's actually get very precise with this because it matters. Yeah, so 18 o'clock actually opened up. There. So yeah, we're not even close to that. So I mean, one could argue that maybe we'll get an 11 a.m. reversal back up. For me, this ain't formed enough of a buy model for me. So as of right now, I'm not gonna take anything. I think there's no opportunity as of right now, and sure, maybe you want to take this. For me, this ain't high probability. So I'm probably gonna be done here. I think I'm gonna be done. I think this was a very interesting type of day. We had the triple sequential SMTs, royal flush, but as far as like actual trades go, I mean, the main one was probably that once you identify this as manipulation, you could probably take this change in state right here, and this would have delivered us perfectly lower. But I didn't see that. But it was nicely placed right at the first center for value gap, which is just crazy perfect, right? These markets are so perfect. But yeah, like I said, which is also an inducement of these highs. But as far as I'm concerned, I'm not seeing anything right now, so I might just be done. And that's perfectly fine with me. No trades. Unless there really is something right now. But you see how we induce into this 5-minute change in state? Meaning we have a 5-minute change in state delivery, an old high resting right below it. We induce that high into the change in state. These are the high probability turtle soups that I'm talking about. In my videos in my short form videos, right? Soup. Yeah, so I think I'll just be done. One could argue this is going to be a reversal. I'm not convinced yet. We could still be on the sell side of the curve. It's too risky for me. So with that, guys, I'm going to end the stream here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.